How can rabbit fur be too soft? So this was in reference to a video on either a Rex or a mini Rex rabbit. And when we judge those, they're very special because they're the only breeds of rabbits other than velveteen lops, basically anything that has like Rex fur, in that the undercoat and the upper coat or the guard hairs are all the same length, giving it this very plush kind of feeling. However, because of that, there are special requirements in the fur that it has density and bounce back. So basically, there has to be enough fur on the rabbit to give it more of a thick, velvety feeling than a softer feeling. And when you pat the fur, the hair needs to bounce back up, and you shouldn't leave fingerprints in the fur. Basically, there's a way to have a correct coat and an incorrect coat. And if there is an issue when it comes to the density, the coat can appear to be too soft. Just like if there's too much guard hair on the fur, it can be too coarse. And the same with that density. When you're bouncing your hand on it and feeling that fur, if it doesn't have the correct bounce back, the fur doesn't feel right. So the best way I can kind of describe it without you actually feeling it, if you look at this rabbit right here, do you see how the coat is kind of dull and sparse, and it almost looks like there's like little spots in it? This isn't pitting, which is something completely different, but when you look at this animal, it's kind of like bare and dull. And if you look towards the butt, you see how there's like finger marks? That's from me when I was patting it. You can also see on the ears here, the ears are a little more bare than you want. This rabbit wasn't the best furred of rabbits. Now compare it to this rabbit, see how it's more smooth, there's more fur there, the ears are better covered where you can see them, and you don't see places where I've patted it. And trust me, before I pose, I always pat the mini Rexes. It's a thing for me. I always check fur before I check type, leave me alone. But basically that's kind of how it works when it comes to SOP, is there's a certain quality of fur that you need for Rex furred rabbits.